Not all heroes wear capes. In fact, many of the heroes in our society might not even be apparent to the naked eye. For example, let's take this kid. He's a superhero one way or another. See, even this floor contains many heroes. But how can these ordinary guys kill evil creatures and save the world with no special abilities whatsoever? The answer lies in video games. Video games allow any individual to take the role of a virtual hero with special abilities and live out that character's role within the virtual world. When a gamer plays a video game, he or she is also feeling the emotions of the character in the game, which is why video games can be so addictive at times. The game allows the gamer to experience emotions and perform actions that they might not be able to experience in real life. To show how this happens, we will interview some guys from our floor and ask them about the emotions they feel while gaming, and try to explain how they become a hero when they play their games. So what game is this?
This is Grand Theft Auto.
What's appealing about Grand Theft Auto to you?
Well, you can do things you wouldn't be able to do in real life.
Such as
shoot people on the street, which I guess you could do in real life, but, you know. You can steal cars, get in helicopters, and this guy has an ability to, like, slow down time when you're driving, which you wouldn't be able to do.
An ability to slow down time.
Yeah.
So tell me a little more about Special Ops.
So you and your buddies go around and try to defend yourself from waves of enemies coming through with C4 strapped to their chest, dogs, helicopters, juggernauts, you name it, we fight it.
So Zach, what game do we have here?
This is Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube.
Okay, so tell me a little bit how this game works and what you do in the game.
Essentially, it's different Nintendo characters with various powers and from various franchises fighting each other.
Fighting each other, how so? Like punching or like what?
There's a number of means. On the screen here we've got Link and Jigglypuff, two pretty powerful characters in the game. As Link, you have this kind of ability to swing swords around, and you have access to a lot of tools and utilities and stuff like that. While as Jigglypuff, you have the ability to sing and kind of roll out and stuff like that. So you kind of gain access to some powers that you wouldn't normally have as a gamer. So that's kind of cool.
So, Subtarshi, what game do you have here?
I have FIFA 12 right here.
So tell me, what is FIFA?
FIFA is just a collection of teams from all sorts of leagues in all countries, and there's just certain clubs that you can play as, and many people want to play as the good teams because in reality they can't see them often and they want to see their best players get the best goals.
So it's soccer?
Yes.
Okay. So Jake, what game do you have here?
This is Fallout 4.
So just tell me a little bit what Fallout 4 is, or what do you do in the game?
Okay, it's an RPG, and the basic plot is it's after like a nuclear apocalypse, and your character's kind of rummaging around in the Mad Max kind of world afterwards. And the appeal of the game is that you can kind of build up characters different ways depending on like what you choose, and one person's character and story is completely different than someone else's.
It's pretty realistic. You get pretty ingrained in the game.
How are your emotions after performing an act, like saving someone from a tree or something through the game?
Feels pretty good. Obviously not as good as the actual thing, but I mean, it gives you a little taste of what it would be like.
Do you think that leads to some reason as why you play?
Sure it does.
Yeah. I mean, why do you play this game?
Just to see what I'm capable of, see how far can I go, and be with friends.
So, why do you specifically spend so many hours playing this game?
Well, as a gamer, this is kind of something that I can normally do in real life. You know, you can really throw fists at your friends or kind of fight competitively. So, as a gamer, you probably get to take out some aggression that you have in real life in the game.
So, tell me, why do you like Messi so much?
Why I love Messi so much is because he has such good pace, he has such good ball movement, and he can score the best goals in the best fashion. And obviously, I don't have his talent. No one in this world has his talent except him. And so I feel like when I play as him, I see myself in his shoes, scoring that goal on that pitch in the greatest stage.
Why do you play so often or so much?
It's just the essence of competition, knowing that if your favorite team can match up against any other person's team on this floor or on this campus or anywhere. And so knowing that you can beat any team with any player is just a great, satisfaction for me.
Why do you specifically play the game?
It's interesting because it's the only real thing where like your decisions make the story different versus like a movie that just kind of like plays it out. This one, like what I pick kind of makes the whole story and ending different, and I like that. It's kind of like a, I don't know, new entertainment thing for me.
So you have the power in the
Yeah,
game,
it's like up
basically.
to my decision, and it kind of plays out how like I would want to do it or I think it should pan out, and not what like someone else has picked out for me.
So I know this is, a very fun game for you. So I guess I just want to ask, what about it makes you put so many hours into playing it?
It's fun. What it boils down to, basically. It lets me do stuff that's not possible in the real world. Just kind of an interesting thing that you don't see like in other things. So it's like that's an aspect of fun to it, I guess.
Jake makes a great point there. It actually agrees with Aubrey Adams' study done with Santa Barbara titled Needs Met Through Role-Playing Games, a fantasy theme analysis of Dungeons & Dragons. We have a quote here by Miss Adams. It reads, "The emotions, camaraderie, and accomplishments experienced in the game are real, thus suggesting that real-world needs are met through communication in socially constructed RPG scenarios. The notion that needs are met through RPGs is evidenced by the multitude of playtime hours occurred by groups as well as the ways that players bond, construct inside jokes, and rebel in retelling specific adventures." End quote. Speaking about motives in gamers, there was a study conducted by Joseph Hilgard, Christopher Engelhardt, and Bruce Bartholow titled Individual Differences in Motives, Preferences and Pathology in Video Games, the Gaming Attitudes, Motives, and Experience Scales. So it consisted of a survey to subjects talking about why they play video games. And the results just show that you must look in one's personality as to why they play, because there's a wide spectrum for why gamers game. So now you're looking at a table of figures consisting of the factor loadings of the 9 categories, which are story, catharsis, violence, social, escapism, losing, custom, grinding, and autonomy. So what these figures represent are, they were conducted through a factor analysis, which basically goes to show the correlation between how the question was answered and its relation to the category itself. So as there are many polar negatives and polar positives, you can see a direct relation between why gamers game and the category from which they want to study. All our sources today had a ongoing similarity that the gamers felt or feel empowered by the games themselves. But there was one source in particular that was different, and that was Subtarshi and his game of FIFA. The reason it was different is because he is playing as a soccer player, and a soccer player obviously is human with no supernatural ability whatsoever, just the fact that they can shoot a soccer ball 40 feet away into a goal. So no, he's not, throwing power-ups at other players or fighting off zombies to save the world. But yet he still feels empowered. So what you can take away from this, from all our sources today, it's that whether you're Mario, you're a soldier, a soccer player, or even just your average Joe, you become that character, and you become the hero that they symbolize. Want to go play?